Good morning and welcome to Why Should I Why, back here for 2018. Thank you guys for waiting around for me. It's been an epic last half of 2017. I'll explain it to you today in our Why Should I Why, but let's just say there's been some disruptive change. Stick around, we'll go through it. Alright, so there's been big change in my life. You can see by the office that I'm not in the same place anymore. In fact, I have now moved from Australia to Canada. I'm seeing right behind the camera snowfall for, this craziness of snowfall is just blowing my mind a little bit, but I'll try not to get distracted. Guys, I've moved over here because we have this product called Agile as a Service, and it's getting a bit of momentum up in North America, and I felt like I had to ride that and ensure that we can help as many tech teams out there debug their worlds, make them a little bit more efficient, really give a little bit of peace to the idea of software development. And where better to do it than North America, which is kind of the hub of tech, right? So here we are. I'm now in Toronto, and it's been an incredibly difficult transition. I mean, sure, we speak English in both countries. Sure, we have a very similar government structure in both countries, but boy, are the cultural nuances huge. Um, don't even mention Tim Tams to me. I'm going to start crying, if you know what I mean, right? So we've moved to Toronto. The business is continuing both in Australia and in Canada. We've done this international expansion strategy. Things are going pretty sweet, right? No, not so much. Personally, I've struggled a lot. It's probably one of the hardest things I've done. It has been a eye opener as to how hard it is to move internationally. And in fact, I've put it into a model. If you have a look at my Kanban board here, it's all personal cards. Try not to look too deeply into those ones. But basically, you'll see here, guys, the idea of incremental or iterative change versus disruptive change is on this board. What you'll see is things that aren't something you don't ever do, right? They're not disruptive in the sense that this only happens once. What we've done, what I've done, is taken all the things that we incrementally or iteratively do in my life. Let's just say things like, getting a driver's license or renewing it, renewing your Medicare or your health insurance, or OHIP, which is what it's called here in Ontario. Just your regular run-of-the-mill daily things that come up once a month or twice a month or once a year or whatever the cadence is. I've had to do that now. All of a sudden, all those things all at once, really effectively, really efficiently. So I used Kanban, obviously. But it really distilled this idea of disruptive change and an incremental change for me. Change is change. Change is great. I know that. I know I love that. But disruptive change is like, wow, right? It hurts you in ways that you didn't know you could be hurt. But when you come over it, when you get to the other side, it gives you the sort of the profound wisdom that no one who has never moved countries will just not get it. Okay. So I hope one day you guys get the opportunity to do that sort of stuff because it's incredibly thrilling. But what I learned very quickly was that I had to be better at change. Uh, Look, I'm human. I love change, but that doesn't mean I'm good at it, right? I guess it gives me a leg up on wanting to be good at it. And most people are a bit scared of change, or I shouldn't say that. Some people are a bit scared of change. But being, at the start of Soft Solutions in Canada, being the start of a year, I've started realizing a lot of people are asking for change in the form of resolutions, right? And so I've got 3 points to help you with your resolution, make it stick. Number one, guys, be cool with breaking your habits. Be good at it. Make it a conscious thing, right? I know that's kind of obvious, but over the last 2.5 years, I've been making habits specifically to break that habit in this idea and a self-study, if you will, to see how hard it is to break habits. And I think what I've learned very quickly as a snapshot is that you can get good at breaking habits. And I've got a whole video coming out for that, so stick around for that later on. So you've got your habit, your resolution, let's call it that. Now you need a way to track it. Tracking is relatively easy in this day and age if you're trying to lose some weight, if you're trying to gain some weight, if you're trying to stop smoking, start a business, be a founder, start a new career, or quit and change jobs. whatever it is, whatever your resolution is, there's a way to track it on an app somewhere, I promise you. Okay? Get in there, commit to it, start tracking it. And then you will see yourself fail. And I hope you do, because you shouldn't succeed at something very difficult the first time. It's just not cool, right? You don't learn from it. There's no pain, so there's no gain. So when you fail, remember a couple of things. Number one, failure is good for the soul. I know that sounds terrible and cheesy, but it's good, I promise you. I've failed so many times in the last, I'm getting a bit teary. I've failed so many times in the last 6 months that I can only think of it as a phase of growth, not of anything else. Fail fast. Be bad at something and recognize it very quickly. If you're going to put yourself in a position, say you're quitting smoking, go cold turkey. Put yourself in a position to fail, because then if it takes, geez, it's amazing, great, congratulations, you're going to win. But if it doesn't, and more than likely it won't, that cold turkey hour, day, week, whatever it took for you to break it, you'll get learning from that. And that brings me to the last thing: fail forward. From those learnings, try to succeed again using those learnings. So if you don't succeed in January of your resolution, start again in February. Just try. Even if it just takes 2 days in Feb, first and second, and you fail again, do it. Try again in March. Try again over and over and over again. And every time you try to remember what you really sucked at last time. Try to bring that learning into your next iteration, and I promise you, by the end of the year, you will have been on track to your resolution or actually achieved it. Okay? Failure should be good for you. You should be okay with failure. Failure is a natural human thing. I know that sounds really crazy and weird in our world, but failure for me now, after going through this process, is something to look forward to, crazy as it sounds. Guys, I'm happy for you to sort of hit me up with any questions, anything you need, comment or share if you feel like someone in your life can probably, these 3 tips can help them. Or if not, send me a message and we'll talk. All right, cheers guys, have a great day. We'll catch you next time.